What is up? This video is going to be my top 7 Amazon finds for the home gym. We're in November of 2025, so some of these items might be on sale, might not be, who knows. So a place where a lot of people end up shopping online is Amazon, of course with Amazon Prime, so it's very convenient, very fast, and very good return policies. So I do have a handful of things that I purchased over the years from Amazon specifically for training or for the home gym. And these are some of the items that I do recommend and enjoy, starting with things that are lower price all the way up to items over maybe $300. So we will cover a wide range of items, starting with the cheapest. So I will go in ascending order from most budget to most non-budget, I guess. Starting with not that fun, but liquid chalk. So I don't really use non-liquid chalk in my gym because it tends to get a little bit messy, and that's how I found this on Amazon. It's about, I think, $13 for a single bottle and will last for a decent amount of time. So I use this for deadlifts, cleans, and snatches. So mostly, pulling exercises from the floor, and it works really well. And it does keep, chalk from flying around from having traditional chalk. So I'd recommend this. I actually need a refill because this is pretty much almost done, but that is item number 1. Also, makes for a pretty good stocking stuffer if you're looking for stocking stuffers for someone who lifts. Item number 2, something also pretty small, but it is your basic mag pin. This one is red and it's a 5/8 version from French Sport. So this is around $29 as of recording of this video for a single mag pin. So what typically comes with your equipment, if it needs a pin, is like a hitch pin. Let me see if I can find one. So with most things that need a pin, you'll probably end up getting something like this. And it has a pin that is provided with it to stop it from coming off. But since, steel for most uprights is magnetic, as long as you're not getting like stainless steel, a mag pin. I typically don't use the pin that it comes with to hold it in place. This is knurled on the side, so nice for grip, and just a little bit better experience than your typical like orange hitch pins that come with your equipment. So what do I use this for? I use it for my spotter arms. I use it for my Voltra mount. I use it for jammer arms when I had them. I still have them, I just don't have a way to use them yet since I changed my racks. Mutant Metals dip attachment, so anything that needs a pin, a mag pin is just a better experience. There are a bunch of them, but the ones from French Sport are the ones that I use the most, and you can find them on Amazon, both in the 5/8 version as well as the 1-inch version. So that is item number 2. Item number 3 is going to be around $40 currently on Amazon, and these are the Kepi collars. I featured these in my last video, but they are a knockoff, a Leica Alpen collar. Main features, double lock mechanism, rubber on the outsides, magnetic, protect your rack, super easy to place on your sleeves because you don't have to go all the way to the end. And another thing that I forgot to mention in my last video is for the pair, they are a pound, so half a pound each. Most of my bars are 20 kilograms, so not quite the full 45 pounds, more closer to 44 pounds. So using these on my current bars brings the bar weight closer to 45 pounds, which I also like. So that's another added benefit depending on what bars you have. But yeah, really enjoy these and would highly recommend. All right, on to item number 4. These are around $49 to $50 for the pair, and they are from Kensui. These are the Swissy grips V2. So the main thing they're used for is to have the mag style grip, paddle style grip, to eliminate your grip strength from being the limiting factor of mostly pulling movements, and they're mostly in the neutral grip form. So on the inside, it does have some rubber to protect if you're putting this on like a pull-up bar or a barbell or anything like that. There is some protection for your bar. There is a knurled pattern on the outside, but it's plastic, so it's not that grippy, which is not a big deal because they're paddle grips anyway. This is the left side and this is the right, so they are, I guess, side dependent on how you use them. And then there are eyelets on the ends to be able to hook these up to cable attachments. So exercises, I use these a lot for. If you only have like a straight bar, pull-up bar, then you can use this to get a neutral grip, which is great. And then I also use this a lot for single arm lat pull downs, so high rows or any like single arm low rows, mid rows, or connecting them together with my Darko shorty bar for lat pull downs, as well as bent over landmine rows, also with the Darko shorty bar. So very versatile grips. I really enjoy using these. Also, if you still go to like a commercial gym, they're very like low profile, compact, pretty lightweight. So you can toss these in your bag and bring them to the gym, no problem, and it won't add extra weight or heft to your bag. The other thing is I think they sell kind of like different attachments for this point right here if you want different angles. So overall, very versatile, very comfortable, and pretty affordable. I've had these for a couple of years now and they've held up really well. Again, they're plastic, so that's one thing to note, but pretty durable. All right, on to item number 5. This might seem a little weird, but they're gonna be insoles. So these are some of my favorite insoles that I use. They are from a company called Move, which was like started by Damian Lillard. I think Chris Paul might be an investor too. But they have 3 or 4 different types of insoles. I have all 4 of them. So this is like a Game Day Pro. This is an all day. So how I use these are kind of more in my casual shoes. So if I'm like walking, then I'll use the all days. There's not as much rigidity in this version and is more on the comfort side. So if you are like walking or, you know, just your daily wear use shoes, I would put the all days in there. If you're on the more like athletic type movement end, then you could go for something like the Game Day, or like the ultimate like spring action, then you can go for the Game Day Pros. So it kind of depends on what you're using the shoe for, but the ones that I get the most usage are my all days. I put these in like my Jordan 1s or any casual shoes, and then I use the Game Day Pros if I'm like low rim dunking in the backyard or doing any sprints or any athletic type movements, then I'll toss in the Game Day Pros. But these are really good value and they've lasted me like a few years so far, so highly recommend these insoles. All right, on to number 6. This is probably like one of the most well-known Amazon home gym brands, and it is from Yes for All. These are, or at least this is, one of my drop pads. I think they go for around $149. Let me double check. Yes, they're around $145 to $150 for the pair. When I was purchasing these, I was between these and the Titan ones. These ended up being a little bit cheaper, and I figured, like based on reading reviews online, they're not gonna be that different. So drop pads, very high value for me, especially protecting my platform, my foundation of my garage, especially for doing cleans and snatches. So this lets me fail a lot easier and a more safe manner. And if I want to do like block cleans or block snatches, then this gives me kind of a raised platform for me to do that, to, you know, train specific angles or heights or limit the ranges of motion. So I have had a lot of use of these over the past maybe 3 years. There is some wear, so like this middle part is a little bit more worn in than the outer part, which you would expect from using it a lot, but overall, no need to replace it anytime soon. This outer vinyl or whatever material this is hasn't ripped, but so I would recommend it. It's probably very similar to like what you get from the main brands for a more affordable price point. So highly recommend these if you do Olympic lifts, or if you like, you know, want to raise the middle of your floor, and you can do deadlifts from this, or block deadlifts, block pulls, a lot of things like that. You can stack them on top if you want to do some sort of box jumps. So, but I mainly use it for like dropping from overhead. Like if I'm snatching, I'll drop from overhead if I don't want to catch it, or if I'm cleaning, then I'll just drop from the shoulder height and have no problem. So yeah, I might try out the AbMat silencer drop pads, which are supposed to be a lot quieter. So we'll see if those end up dropping anytime soon, but I'll have an eye out for that. But for now, Amazon has been doing just fine. All right, last on the list, I think this might be the best one, is a pair of Power Block USA Elite dumbbells. So these are actually going for $339 on Amazon. And I think they tend to be cheaper on Amazon for most of the year than buying directly from Power Block. So this has kind of been my main adjustable dumbbell since I started my home gym in the middle of COVID. Very solid. It is a cage design, so it's not like your typical, normal dumbbells that you would find at a gym. So if you don't like the cage design, then this might not be for you. But if you're okay with that, why I think this is a great adjustable dumbbell is because you can go all the way from 5 to 50 pounds if you get the base sets. As you get stronger, you can add, the add-ons, which I did. So there's a 50 to 70 add-on that you can get by itself. And then beyond that, you can get a 70 to 90 add-on. So once you have the additional add-ons, you can go from 5 all the way up to 90 pounds, which is more than enough for me. I do have the extensions, and I also replaced the OEM handle, which is kind of like this rubber handle in the middle, to some metal knurled handles directly from Power Block. And they make the experience a lot better as well. So you can start with the base pack, and then as time goes on, just keep making it and expanding it to be better. So this is great value. Even right now with the sale on Amazon, still really good value. And honestly, I've had no issues at all as far as like quality, and I'm okay with the cage design. I don't like snatch much with my dumbbells because I'm just barbell snatching. So there probably are some movements that you can't do with the cage design that you can do with a non-cage design, but overall, still great value. And I think this is probably something you should consider if you are looking for adjustable dumbbells or just a dumbbell set in general. This is a good place to start, and they're a well-established brand, so nothing to worry about there. So let me know if you think I missed anything that you have in your home gym. One item that is probably a good honorable mention is wall control. You can get wall control on Amazon, which is great for wall storage. So over there, I have a bunch of my cable attachments organized, as well as miscellaneous things like carabiners or straps or what have you. So that's another thing on Amazon that I did not mention, which is great value. But yeah, let me know if you think I missed anything, or if you think anything I listed is not worth getting. I would love to know your opinions on that. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.